What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome to my office and welcome to the day that we reach out to Dream Diesel giveaway number 9 winner. I just pulled up the email here on my computer that I received from our third-party sweepstakes administrator where they conducted a random drawing, and the winner of the Denali plus the $10,000 cash is Chris Klein from Binghamton, New York. Now, I haven't formally contacted Chris yet. You guys are going to join me in that process, but mind you that he has already been contacted and notified of this extremely exciting information from the sweepstakes administrator, as that's kind of part of the rules. They make first initial contact, they go over all of the information to formally accept the prize, they provide a packet, and then we get the information saying that we can reach out. And this is probably the best part of my job outside of the actual build and the marketing of the trucks. All of it is phenomenal, but this is probably one of the best parts ever. So let's give him a call and let's see if he answers the first time. Now, mind you, if I was on the receiving end of a phone call that we're about to make right now, I'd be pretty nervous. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. Is this Chris?
Yes.
Hey, Chris, this is DURTYMAX Jack. How are you this afternoon?
Fantastic, you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm looking outside at some not so beautiful weather, but hey, you know what? I guess it could be worse. How's everything going up there in Binghamton, New York?
Pretty decent, a little rainy.
We're kind of dealing with the same weather, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably pretty close.
Well, cool, man. Thanks for picking up the first time.
I'm speechless right now. I've been thinking about it for the last 2-3 hours. I don't know what to say.
Dude, I am beyond excited for you. I mean, this is easily the best part of my job, is making that initial point of contact with somebody that quite literally just won a truck and a check to go along with it. What did you think when you got the call?
I wasn't even thinking about it. And then when he said it, I'm like, I was the same way with you with him. I was speechless. I didn't really know what to say to him.
Did you answer the first time, or did he hit your voicemail and then you call him back?
I don't usually answer him, but I was like, yeah, I'll just answer it. And then he said he was going to give away. I'm like, no way. My phone was all twisted up.
What did you end up picking up for this giveaway?
About the detail products, I'm not sure when I ordered my sticker for my truck if it was from this giveaway or if it was the last, but I can't remember.
This one was the detail products, the fundamentals kit.
Yes, and the glass cleaner, yep.
Wicked, man. That's amazing. Have you had a chance to use any of the products yet?
Yeah, I've been using some of the stuff. I like it pretty good.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear that, man.
Whatever the wheel cleaner is,
yep.
that stuff works amazing.
It will eat up brake dust like it's its job. I would say that I'd look forward to shaking your hand and congratulations, but obviously with this corona stuff going on in the world, you know, we're all going to have to kind of take another layer of precaution. But we can talk more about how we want to handle that, whether you would want me to ship the truck up to you or if you'd want to come down to Lancaster to take it. You know, I would be totally open to either one. Obviously, safety is a priority, but I think that we could totally get you physically present and still hand you over the keys while maintaining our social distance. Well, cool. Do you have any other questions for me today? If not, I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
No, I don't have any other questions.
Rad, man. Well, hey, dude, it was a pleasure. Congratulations again up until this point in time.
Thank you.
Awesome, man. All right, enjoy the rest of your afternoon and start telling everybody it's not fake. All right, brother. Take care now.
All right. Bye.
All right, see you, bye. Cool. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the sweepstakes for Dream Diesel giveaway number 9, and I am beyond excited to get Chris down here so I can meet him and all of you can meet him as well. Mind you that those days are very intimidating. If I was in Chris's shoes in this instance, I'd be thinking about all these things such as I'm going to meet a guy that I've been watching on YouTube for a while. There's probably going to be not one, but multiple cameras on me. I'm going to be in a foreign environment and I'm going to be taking possession of a truck. So a lot of you guys, I think, have this expectation that when the person comes, they're going to be jumping out of their socks, and sometimes that occurs. But other times I think you should think about, if you're in the situation, how nerve-wracking it could actually be. I mean, I know that situational awareness, I tend to be blind of sometimes, but I still think about that. But only time will tell when Chris comes down here. Now, mind you guys, I just want to say thank you all to everybody that participated in Dream Diesel giveaway number 9. We do have number 10 coming up here in just a few weeks. It's a complete surprise. I've kind of been planning it in the background, and I haven't given you guys much information about what truck it's actually going to be. You have your reasons to speculate what I might be doing, but I wanted to surprise you for big number 10, and that's exactly what this one's going to be. So stay tuned for that, and let's get into the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's episode, we are going to be doing something related to diesels, but just a little bit different than what we do normally with diesel content. It's gonna be a really exciting day, to say the least, as Jake is playing around with my lawnmower. How's the fuel level look, dude?
Looks good. Filled it up yesterday and never put the cap back on, so that's what
Smooth operation. All right, we're gonna need some detail spray, and today, boys, we are officially, for the first time ever, outfitting 2020 DURTYMAX with its new DOT numbers. And we put the DOT numbers on magnets so we can just put them on and remove them. I didn't really want to put basically permanent numbers on the Denali, so fortunately it's hard to keep this thing clean. It is ceramic coated, luckily, so it's not like it's gonna make too much of a difference here, but we've been putting the truck to use lately, to say the least. All right, number one. Number two, gotta get this thing in the shop, give it a quick wash.
badly.
Not today though, because boys, we are on an adventure. All right, we're in business, literally. DOT numbers. All right, guys, so the plan for today is we're actually going to do a little bit of equipment shopping. Being that we now have some discretional room, I've been looking at buying a piece of equipment now for a while. It's just, I didn't have any location to specifically store it. I've been up and down about what direction I wanted to go. Kind of between like compact tractors, like the smaller Kubotas, the B series, or something like the John Deere, maybe even New Holland. I was shopping those around, really like them a lot, but I don't really have any immediate need for a PTO, and I don't really think I'll ever get into like PTO needs. If I ever needed that, I'd probably just rent a piece of equipment from like Messick's or something along those lines. So today we're actually going to check out a skid steer. It's a 2011 Cat 259 B3. It's a mid-size model. It's all the way down in like Southern Maryland, so we have about a 2.5 hour drive down that way, and I'm hoping that at least with the research that I've done with the current owner, this is a machine that we're actually going to be taking home today. I just don't know completely, because that's going to basically be determined by our inspection to make sure that it isn't completely clapped out. So we've got a long drive. Let's get en route, and I'll see you guys down there. This quarantine makes banking especially challenging. I was their first walk-in of the day, but they were saying that they've had like multiple people walking up into the drive-thru in similar situations, people with trailers and everything, and they have to accept that usually it's against their policy.
Really?
And I'm like, oh wow, okay, I was hoping to be your first. And they're like, oh, you're the first of the day, but you're not the first of this whole thing.
Bro.
Ah, yes. Good looks, my man.
While the world is burning, we will raise our fists in pride. When the tide is turning, we will wave our flags tonight. We will wave our flags tonight. We will wave our flags tonight. We don't rest, don't get tired. I'm always moving, but I don't mind it 'cause I'm too high to come down. I see it growing.
All right, boys, 2.5 hours later, and we are down somewhere in, are we Eastern Maryland? Middle of Maryland, Central Maryland, Central Southern Maryland. And we're pulling up here on the machine that we are gonna be taking a look at. It's a Caterpillar 259 B3. All right, guys, so we're gonna jump out here real quick. I'm gonna go introduce myself to the seller, and we'll tune in here in a second. It's also super windy today, guys, so bear with any reverberation that comes through the camera. All right, boys and girls, this is what we're looking at today. I'm not even sure if we're gonna end up buying it yet, but the guy that's selling it is a super nice guy down here. He's working on basically some grading projects. That machine that we just passed actually is a new one. But this is a 2011 259 B3 skid steer. I've been looking at buying a piece of equipment now for a while. I was between a subcompact piece and then of course a skid steer, and they're not really like one size fits all. There are things that the compact tractors can do, especially from a PTO perspective, that these machines can't do. But I don't really have a need for PTO. I don't really want to do like gardening or farming or anything along those lines. I'm more or less interested in like front end lift capability, and this machine is actually pre-emissions, so something used. I didn't want to get into an equipped emissions unit, kind of just for obvious reasons. I don't feel like I have to hop on that much longer. This one's got 2,500 hours on it. It's got the EROPS cab. It's got all the pilot controls. It's in relatively good shape. You know, it has been used, but the individual selling it is a private contractor, so it's not like it's owned by a big fleet construction company where they're just kind of beating the ever-living crap out of them. Somebody smaller, independent, they actually have to take care of their equipment, and obviously that's very important. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump in this thing right now, kind of take it for a test drive, and I'm going to bring you guys inside along. All right, guys, so we just got done operating this thing. Spent a little bit of time kind of just playing in some of the dirt. This is like kind of a up and coming residential area, so we weren't able to like do too much, but I was at least able to throw the digging blade. I'm gonna close this right now because it's super windy outside. I was able to throw the digging tooth into the ground. It does dig, no problem. Not to state the obvious, but I'm really trying to look for any looseness in the hydraulics. Inside wise, I wouldn't say it's beautiful because it is a piece of equipment. Hour meter reads about 2,600 hours, almost 2,700. All controls function. All glass is intact. We are missing a few things, like the little dampener for the door, for instance, is missing. He said that he actually took the door off in order to operate it. It was just a little bit better for, I guess, accessing in and out. All the hand controls feel good. They're a little bit worn. You can see the boots are kind of lifting slightly on either side, but that's kind of a small aesthetic thing. Big thing to me is hydraulics, hydraulic motors, and the actual motor itself. All feels really good. This is actually a Kubota block, and then I think Caterpillar kind of had their little twist with it. So that feels really awesome. Everything else functions as need be. The heat was blasting. The AC, I'm not sure if it works. I think he just mentioned that he just recently replaced the actual pump itself, and we're gonna have to put Freon in it. But everything feels pretty good. I'm not seeing any undesirable smoke colors coming out of the engine. We're just black, and that's what we're looking for. So this is a 2-speed machine. It's got a little joystick right down here that gets you kind of low and fast. Your throttle here, you got your throttle acceleration pedal here, so we can wind this thing up real quick. Got your up, your down, open, your close. The bucket bushings, not that bad. That's one thing you want to pay attention to on skid steers. So there's a little bit of movement, not much. We'll go way up and we'll just show you guys here. You can kind of see the shake, but it's not crazy. Another good way to test that is if you put it on the ground and you just move it a little bit, you can kind of feel some of the shake, but it's not that bad. He said he did just recently replace the bucket pins, which are that one and that one right there, but he does grease them often. We've got your forward, your back, and then of course your left, your right. So there is no foot requirement other than just your throttle right here to accelerate up or down. So everything seems to work really good there, but most importantly, the motor, and that feels super good. So I actually ended up getting a cashier's check because you have to like order cash way ahead of time at the bank, which is kind of funny because you have to order your money from the bank and then it takes a little bit amount of time to get it. So anyway, I got a check. I'm gonna go see if we can negotiate on this just because there are some rough edges and some things that I want to kind of put into this to kind of get it up to my standards, and we'll check back in right afterwards.
A few moments later.
Well, boys, we are Caterpillar owners for the first time ever saying that, and man, does it feel good. As y'all can see, we're completely loaded up and ready to rock and roll. Guys, realize that those straps on the trailer are rated for this payload, but we will be getting ourselves some chains as soon as we get home. 3,333 pounds per strap. That's a 9,000 pound unit. We got 12,000 pounds of strapping capability. We're okay. Don't attack me in the comments. We'll go into all the details on the skid steer and everything like that a little bit more when we get home, but first, do the airbags still work on that switch that y'all said was gonna break? Let's see. We are in business, boys. Man, everyone out buying sports cars and all that stuff. I don't know. I'm just trying to get myself some equipment. Oh, it looks good back there. What a beaut. Just like that. Kind of lied to you guys. I said that I'd see you all at home, but how can I leave you guys out on the first fill up? Ironically, we bought it. The guy sold it to us with an empty tank. Always works out that way. I don't even know how much this thing will take. I guess we'll see gallons wise.
Guess? 12. Nah, 6.
I'm gonna say 8 to 10 gallons. Yeah. I genuinely have no idea though. Like, I haven't looked up anything at all. Fat nozzle, boy. Oh, and we spilled first time. Guess we can't go full bore with the big old nozzle because that comes out fast. Got a little ahead of ourselves. But down here in Maryland right now, I guess coronavirus thing has kind of impacted gas prices in a good way. It's like $2.39 a gallon. It's like the cheapest I've seen diesel, dang, since I can remember. This thing looks so sick on the back. I still can't believe that this machine is mine, guys. Like, straight up, I've waited 28 years for this day. Like, growing up, I was obsessed with heavy equipment. I had every single Tonka toy you could ever imagine. That's when the Tonka toys were the best. They were like metal and you could actually like dig stuff, like dig real dirt. That's where I was. I wasn't doing none of that fake crap. And I always tried to convince my dad to get an attachment for our Kubota DX2350, like mid-2000s model, but he never did it. I guess probably because I would dig up my entire yard. I'm just like a little kid in a candy store right now, guys. It's crazy. 17 gallons, 18 gallons. Oh, okay, 18 gallons, and it was pretty much on empty, so, I don't know, 20-gallon tank? Luckily, we're not betting then, dude. And then it locks down in case you wanted to lock the fuel cap. Makes sense. Kind of challenging to figure out, though, for a new. Let's go, boys. Oh, hell yeah, Caterpillar brother, and how we doing? Nice to see you on this beautiful day.
Another one, dude. 2990, all your on me with only about 40 more horsepower, but it's all good, man. Respect to you, my friend. I think that one's got emissions on it, though. That's a newer machine. Nice machine, to say the least. Oh, yeah, she's home. Well, kind of. It's not gonna be sleeping here or anything like that. We actually have it at the house because I've actually got some like landscape duties that I'm gonna take care of. I figured no better time than with the new machine. I mean, right, like kind of candidly. So we're here in the neighborhood. I'm sure all my neighbors think I'm nuts because I'm constantly coming home with new trucks, but now I have another turbo diesel. It's just a little bit different looking than all the other ones. Now I gotta give big kudos to the 2020, man. This thing crushed it. This is probably the heaviest load we've ever had on the trailer. We had it nice and distributed right over here with the back two axles, and it did extremely well. Loving that truck, loving the 10-speed. That thing crushes it compared to my LML, which was also a great truck, but it's like completely different with that 10-speed. It makes towing easy. So that's pretty much where we're gonna wrap up this video, ladies and gents. We got a little bit of unloading to do, and we are gonna be doing some stuff kind of in this general area, some kind of general landscaping around the property. This unit's gonna make what would be probably like a half-day job by the hands, probably like 10 minutes. Maybe an hour, just because of the lack of smooth operation. But yeah, guys, this thing has been used on a construction site for a little while. It's relatively dirty. I mean, what would you expect? But it's in pretty good shape regardless. The cab still holds nice pressure. Controls feel nice and good. Doesn't it just feel like a video game?
Literally.
Dude,
like
it's awesome. We're gonna get Jake out and rip this thing probably in the field where we did Hornworks. Our truck bed bowling video, we're gonna get out there and kind of flatten things out a little bit. What better time? Plus, we're gonna put these forks to use in a whole bunch of different applications. I did tease a motor swap. That's kind of gonna be part of the reason, but that's not the only reason I bought this thing. There's a lot of other stuff that's gonna be used for that I generally just kind of decide to keep off of the vlog. But long story short, I am freaking so excited. Like I said, I waited 28 years to get this. My dad never let me buy that loader attachment for his BX 2350 at the time. I actually just got off the phone with him and I'm like, look, dude, I'm sorry. I got the skid loader now, but not for hire, bro. Now, we are gonna end up going through this thing top to bottom, getting all the crusted dirt off of it and cleaning it up. But overall, the machine is in great shape. One of the biggest determining factors, as simple as it is, was just this back access panel. When I saw that this cat sticker was completely intact, these ones as well on the side, on the boom, and on the front as well, I knew that we were dealing with something that was in good shape. It wasn't getting bounced off of everything in God's creation. But we will be cleaning up pretty much everything on it and getting it nice and spick and span, maybe even doing some touch-up work. But there will be videos to follow with this unit without a question of a doubt, because it'll probably rest over at the shop for the majority of the time. It's dope, dude. So dope. We're probably actually going to end up doing some mods to it too, from a lighting perspective and some other things. So if you guys are super stoked about some new turbo diesel equipment content, tap that thumbs up button, dudes. I know that y'all are pretty excited about this because I'm kind of like a little kid in a candy shop right now. But anyway, that's where I'm going to end this video. Stay tuned for the winner announcement of Dream Diesel giveaway number 9, and we've got Dream Diesel giveaway number 10 coming up here very, very soon. Stay safe out there, guys. Stay safe out there, guys. Tap that subscribe button. We'll see y'all in the next upload.